If you're going for your NYC soon, you don't have any connections, no uncles, and you don't want to be posted to a random school in the middle of nowhere or to a cyber cafe or a warehouse like some people, then you're going to need to watch this video. Hi, my name is Catherine. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology and I make self-development content for the girlies. I'm going to be breaking down what you need to do to ensure you're posted to a good place to have a good PPA, do your NYC year. I'm going to be breaking it down step by step. The first thing you're going to need to do is research the industry, the company, or the field you'd like to work in. You need to be sure that they're actually accepting core members into that place. For wherever you're researching, you need to make sure that it is a place or a company where they actually need skills that you can actually provide, or is obviously related to the course you studied. Now, if you studied the big three, law, medicine, engineering, this shouldn't be a problem for you. Search for hospitals, search for law firms, search for engineering companies. I don't know. If you did not study any of that, like me, I studied psychology, you're going to need to be strategic in this. Companies don't necessarily need you most of the time, right? So you need to be sure that wherever you're picking, it is somewhere where you have skills that they would need. So you yourself, you need to actually have skills. Be sure it's a good company. Be sure it's somewhere that has accepted core members before or is interested in accepting core members. My suggestion for you is to have several. I had a list, and because of the steps I'm going to give, slowly but surely, your list is going to get shorter until you have one place that is willing to accept you. Next, now that you have an industry or several companies in mind, I want you to go on LinkedIn and search for people who work in these companies. I received this advice from another YouTuber. I wish I could give her credits. I don't remember her name, but if I do, maybe I'll just put her somewhere. But yeah, so you're going to go to LinkedIn and you're going to find people that work in these companies. For example, if you want to work in a particular NGO, like what I wanted to do, you're going to type the NGO in LinkedIn and go to a section where you'll see people, and then you'll see people that actually work in that organization. If something like that is not there for the organization, you might have to skip this part, or maybe you can go through, see if people have reposted content, see people who have liked, who have commented, check their own profile and see if they have put the company that they work for or something like that. So in the event that you do find people that you are sure are working in these various companies, you're going to send them a nice, cute, polite message, simply just asking if this company actually accepts core members. This is the surest way to know that where you're going to, they actually accept core members. And you also ask the person, like, okay, what is the process? What should I do? How do I go about this? This will help you greatly, because instead of saying, oh, like, I just like this company, I'm going to go send them a DM on Instagram. No, you meet someone, they'll tell you, oh, this is the process that you follow if you actually want to serve here. They'll most likely give you an email and the format in which you should send the message as well. And that is really, really helpful, because initially I really wanted to serve in an NGO. That's the field that I'm familiar with. I've always volunteered in NGOs, so it just felt familiar. This is exactly what I did. And for most of the people I messaged, they were able to just, help me cut that journey short and not waste my time by letting me know that, hey, we don't actually accept core members, or hey, this is the email that you should send the message to, this is how you should present it, this is what you should send, and all of that. Next, now that you know who you are contacting, you contact them. Just send them a formal email or a message or whatever the case may be, and tell them like, oh, I really like to serve here, and you tell them why. Obviously, you need to write this very well. If you want to use ChatGPT, I mean, go ahead, but like at the same time, try to sound human. I feel like people are starting to catch on when a script or a message has been written by ChatGPT. But basically, all you're doing is like, okay, I'm so person. I intend on serving in so states, because obviously, if you are doing this, you must know the states that you're planning to serve in, right? I intend on serving in so state. I really love to serve at your company. This is why, and this is what I can do for you. If you're lucky, you're going to get a message back, probably asking you for more details. Before we go further, if you'd like some detailed, specific help, like exactly how to search for these people, exactly the kind of message you should send to the email, I have put a bunch of stuff, a bunch of guides in my NYC Ultimate Guidebook. It's in the description of this video, so you should go check it out if you want something more detailed than this video. So next up, if you are lucky enough and you haven't been ghosted, you'll probably get a message about you sending your CV, maybe your portfolio. That is if you didn't even send it in the first email, but most times you'll be asked for a CV, a portfolio, or a cover letter, or all three. I don't know, depending on what exactly you plan to do in that place. So make sure you have all that already ready and send it to them. You should also note that you probably be invited to do interviews or several, depending on the company. They might just treat you like an employee. I mean, you're applying for something, and they might want to interview you, see who you are, understand what you're all about. So it's totally normal, and you should just prepare for that. They'll give you a date. Also know that this thing you're doing, I really hope, depending on when you're watching this, you are doing this in advance. It is always good to plan for NYC in advance, because these things I'm mentioning cannot happen in 2 days. I don't know if how you want to do it in 2 days, but it cannot happen in 2 days. So make sure you're giving yourself like a month to make sure you're going through all these things. Now, if by any chance you're actually watching up to this point and don't understand why I'm saying you should do all these things, the point is to get a request letter that you will submit in camp. A request letter is basically a company saying like, hey, I like this person, I want them to come serve in my company. You're giving it to the state coordinator, and if the state coordinator is happy enough with you, to be very honest, because this thing is actually a game of chance, to be so real right now. If you're lucky, you get posted to that place because of the request letter that you have given the state coordinator. But yeah, that's basically the process. After the interviews, if you have been selected and everything seems good to go, they've already told you like, okay, hey, we'd actually like you to serve in our company. They're supposed to give you a request letter. But the thing is that inside the request letter, there are specific details that need to be put in, like your state code, your oh my goodness, I've forgotten what this thing is called. NYSC number. It's different from your state code. You're going to have several codes. So those things are supposed to be there. So if you do not have them yet, and you probably will not have them yet, they can't complete the request letter. So what's going to happen is that you're going to go to camp, you're going to be given a state code, you're going to give it to them, they'll write the request letter for you. You take that request letter, you print it, and you submit it in camp. If the company is actually also asking for a guide on how they are supposed to write the request letter, that template is also in my NYC Ultimate Guide in the description down below. So you should really check it out. And now, just for some honest truths, like I said before, it is not usually a guarantee, right? There's so many things that have to go into it, and that will be in the second part of this video. Because when you get to camp, there's something you can do while in camp that will increase your chances as well. Just like I explained, outside of camp, those are the things that you can do. But yeah, it doesn't guarantee your chances. There's so many things that go into it. If you submit the request letter late, it might not be used at all. If different things I really can't say, but I just know for a fact that it is not always a guarantee. But things that can help your chances now while you are in camp. Now, you need to join something. Okay, you need to join something. You need to join something. You need to be known in camp. Either you're doing sports, you're an escort in your platoon, you joined OBS, you joined Red Cross, you're active in church or in the mosque. You have to do something to be known in camp, because it is people that are known that get so much benefits. I have gotten so much benefits, not like crazy extraordinary benefits, but I've gotten so many benefits from joining OBS. Like, I'm being so real, I'm being so honest right now. I can't even go into details on the benefits of joining OBS. But like, obviously, OBS is not the only thing that is there, right? I joined OBS because it aligns with my interests, like content creation and everything. My advice for you, join something. Let these officials know who you are. Let them know who you are. Let them know your name, your state code. Let them know you, and let them know you for good things. It helps. They put in words for you. If you don't have some kind of uncle, some kind of big connection like that, use this one. This is it, because at the end of the day, you still need that connection. But this is how you create one. This is the one that is within your power to create. So you should be using it. Join something. It greatly increases your chances that your request letter will actually be accepted and even used. That being said, something else you can actually do in camp if you don't have any connections but you're really worried about where they will post you, is that while you are in camp, a lot of organizations are actually going to come. They're going to give talks, do seminars, different things, and that will be during your side. If you don't have a request letter, look out for these organizations. These organizations are actually a lot of the time looking out for people to come and serve at their companies, and that is how I got the position that I have right now. Funny how, like, yeah, I actually did both steps. I looked for because I really wanted to serve in an NGO, right? I looked for NGOs. I did the whole thing. I emailed. I had the interviews. But when it came down to it, for several reasons, right? I eventually went with this company that I'm currently in, because they came to camp, they gave me this offer, and it looked nice. It looked nice, it looked good, and I was like, hey, great. They gave me a request letter, I submitted it, and I'm pretty sure the state coordinator at the time, and the company I work with now, I think the branch manager at the time as well, I think they were close or something, or they had kind of like formal relationship where it made sense to, honor the request of that company for me to serve in that company. I did this for several other core members. So yeah, if you don't have a company in mind, you don't have a request letter, that is also another great avenue, because almost always the companies that come to camp, their request would actually be honored. They will almost always honor the request of the organizations that are coming to do these talks at camp. This is just a short version of what you can do. I really hope this helps you. If you like something more detailed, again, with like templates, step by step, guides, everything, I have linked the guide in the description of this video, ABCs of NYSC, the ultimate guide. Not only does it talk about, how to get posted to a good PPA, it talks about camp life, what happens after camp, how to not get in trouble, how to make sure that your NYC year is the best year that it can be. So many good stuff, camping, dealing with relationships. I even have an offer for you to start making money with the guide, but you need to get the guide to know what that offer is. So yeah, you guys, I really hope this video was helpful. Comment something if it was, or if you'd like me to do another one. There's something else you'd like me to talk about, maybe camp or something else, please let me know. And I'll see you guys in another video. Bye guys.